Hi, I'm Tasha with Pathways to Peace Counseling, and today I want to introduce a different kind of resource. This is an online play therapy room that you can use for telehealth, and it is big. There's so much information in this thing. So this video is going to cover a lot of ground. So it's going to introduce what's inside the content inside this playroom, but also how to navigate it, how to open it, and what all you can do with it, how to customize this resource. So when you purchase it, you will get a link. You will get a PDF download, and on page 3, you will find the Google Slides link. So you want to click on that, and it will tell you to make a copy. So this will have you save a copy to your Google Drive. It's important for you to always use a copy when you're playing with kids because sometimes they get really clicky and they start clicking through everything. And before you know it, some of your links are missing and things get messed up. So you can always go back to your original and just delete the copy that you made and start over with your next kid. So no loss. This is going to be the main room. So you are going to find these pictures at the top with easy access to all of the main rooms that are within the document. And so you've got your basic emotions. You have angry, scared, sad. We've got family room. We have trauma. We have ADHD, impulse control, the preschool and toddler room. We have a room for social skills, an art room, a feelings room. We have, this one is a sitemap. It's page 2 on the document to give you easy access to find everything that you need. A CBT room, a music room, coping skills, movement, the playroom, and we even have a Lego room. So moving on to the sitemap, there's something to note here. There is a sexual abuse room, but I don't like my kids to be able to have easy access to that. I only want to be able to enter the sexual abuse room with kids that have experienced it because we don't want to educate kids on things that they don't need to know about. So the sexual abuse room is a completely different Google Slides document. So the only link to get there is from the sitemap. So kids won't accidentally click on a picture that will take them to that room. Um, so anyway, if you need to utilize that, click on this one and it will have you save a Google Slides document for that resource as well. And then, so we have lots of games. There's at least 60 games on this document. And then we have traditional games. These are all free online games that you can play. And then we have several different rooms, and the main rooms are set up very similarly. You will find books that go along with the topic, and these are read alouds that you will find on YouTube. And so lots of different topics. So these are all just different books that are going to help children with their anger. But for each of the issues, whether it's anxiety, whether it's divorce, there's something for all of them. A whole list of of read aloud books that will go along with it. And then there's links into some of the other rooms. So you've been learning about anger, talking about it. Now you're ready for coping skills. You can jump real quick to the coping skill room. The video will take you to anger videos. So whenever you see these TVs, these are not read aloud books, but they're videos that I have found to be very helpful for that specific issue. So I have just compiled a lot of the resources that I've collected over the years, and I've kind of used this as a bulletin board. We also have parent resources for quite a few of these issues, therapist resources for many of them. And so as you go through these different rooms, some of them are going to have different games. Like these are games that are specific that can be helpful for anxiety. And like Monster Mayhem might not be targeted exactly at anxiety. However, the metaphor of monsters opens the door to be able to talk about things. And so I always want to have a reason for the games that I play. And so we might engage in a playful activity like this, and then we're going to process it. And we're going to talk about triggers for anger, how to calm down, how to talk yourself out of those fears and overcoming these triggers. And then there's the home button. So if you ever get lost and you're like, okay, I don't want to be down here in anxiety anymore, I want to go back up and do something different, then you can hop right back up here. Um, and then, so some of the rooms that I think are helpful to explore are going to be the playroom, because these are a little bit different. So these have lots of different games and activities built within them. And so you just want to kind of click around. Some of them will take you to the different rooms. Some of them will take you to different games and activities. Now, this one is an online sand tray. And so if you click on it, it is going to take you over here. And the kid can just click on whichever thing they want to put within their sand tray, and they can build it out. And it's not quite the same as the tactile sensory experience that they get in person doing sand tray, but there's still so much that you can do if you're doing sand tray online. So it is a free online sand tray that you have a link to. And so anyway, they can just kind of click around this play therapy room. We have a meditation room, and there's lots of different activities and videos for how to calm down and just kind of bringing that body into a calm space. And then sometimes they just have pent up energy and they need to move. And so this has different games and activities, mostly YouTube videos for letting out their wiggles, because one of the big things that we know is that whenever you have big emotions, then you have all this pent up energy just jammed in your body. And that's where you see a lot of these aggression outbursts where, I'm going to punch you in the face. Well, how about you let out that energy in a healthy way instead? So, so the movement room gives them an opportunity to just let out the energies that they don't make choices that they shouldn't make. The music room gives them lots of different, there's some really cool videos and online games for them to utilize for the music, the art. The Lego room has some really cool stuff, brick building, and Lego makes some pretty cool games as well. And then the feelings and emotions room has a whole bunch of books and games and specific to it. Sadness room. So some of them, the social skills room, it is important to know that some of these don't have the audio book or the read aloud books on that particular slide, but I add them down below. So there will be a link. So if you click on the books, it will take you down to all of the read alouds that go along with social skills, even if they're not displayed on that particular page. Um, and then, so anyway, I mean, you just have parent resources, therapist resources, and you can customize all this. So let's say that you go up here to social skills and I've got parent resources. This is a work in process, so you might find a lot more resources before too long. But let's say that you decide, I don't want 5 love languages. I'm going to delete that resource. Then you can decide, I'm going to insert something different. So then you can go to your pictures and say, okay, I'm going to have this fish resource. And then you can make a link. You just drop in your picture of whatever your resource is, and then you can link to it by clicking this little link button. And so you just paste your link in there, and then you have your own resource where parents can go. Another way is you can make a little text box and type in what your resource is. You can highlight that and then come back up here and hit your link button, and you can link to your resource. So you can make this however you want. And if you decide that you have another read aloud book that you want to add, just drop the picture in there, link to it, you're good to go. Say there's a book in here that you're not wild about, you can just delete it off. So this is just a starting point. So another thing that a lot of people have done with their online play therapy rooms is they'll make their own little Bitmoji. And so those are so cute where you can personalize it. So there's like a little picture of you with different emotions and expressions and little memes or whatever that will pop up within your playroom. So, but there's a lot. Like the grief room, and there's not links from the main page for all of the specific things, but you can find them on the sitemap. So we do have a grief room, and then family, divorce, adoption, and foster care. There's a ton of information, and I have collected lots and lots of resources that I have put out there. So COVID-19 isn't quite as relevant as it used to be, but there's some resources there if you want them. Cognitive behavioral therapy, there's a lot of goodies in here. So as you click on these different things within the room, you're going to find links that will take you. And I have 2 pages of CBT games. So there are a bunch that you can play. And then finally, the toddler and preschool room. A lot of this kind of relates back to potty issues. So most of the games that you might need for them would be with the older kids. But if you have some littles that are having some potty issues, and you can even rename it, you could call this the potty room or bathroom. Because I mean, sometimes I have 6 and 7-year-olds that are having bathroom issues. And so I might not want them to see toddlers and preschoolers on there. I might want to call that something different so that they can not be embarrassed that they're older, but still having some of those same issues. So you can rename these whatever you want to call them. And like I said, just make it your own. And then, for instance, with all of the books and games, like if you buy Andy's Anger Explosions, what you do is you just click on this. It takes you to the website where you can purchase it. So you buy your copy, and then once you get your link, then you can just come over here and go to the link button, and then just delete the old link, drop in your new link, and then whenever you hit Andy's Anger Explosions, it's going to take you to your Google Slides document that came with it that has the ebook along with the game built in. And that way you can have easy access and click it, you're there. And say you don't want all of these pages with all of these links to the website of where to purchase them, then you can just delete the ones you don't want. And you always have your original if you want to go back and look at them later. So that is basically how you navigate this thing. And it is going to be a growing document. I have a lot of resources that I haven't put in here yet. I haven't had time to go through and drop in all of the resources that I have available for all of these things, but I'm hoping within the next few months, I'm hoping to be able to do quite a bit of that. But this is a very robust and extensive play therapy room that you could use, and it's a good starting point too. I mean, if you want to use it just as it is, it's good to go. If you want to customize it and make it your own and add your own rooms and pictures and things, you know, you can just take it to the next level. So, but my goal is to have an easy go-to resource for therapists to be able to use whenever they need to do telehealth. And it's hard with kids because you can't just sit down and do talk therapy with a 5-year-old. It's not going to work. You've got to have something interactive that is going to engage them and is going to speak to them on their level. So this resource is really ideal for elementary age kids. I would say ages 4 to about 12 is the ideal age. Now, I have used a lot of these resources with kids a little bit younger, and there's quite a few things that you can do with teenagers too. So it's not limited just to the littles, but you might want to go through here and kind of tweak it and customize it, get rid of the little kid stuff if you only work with teenagers. But there's probably enough content here that you could customize it for teenagers if that's the clientele that you work with. So I hope you enjoy this, and please email me if you have any questions, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Thank you.